I was a little iffy on it initially, but just how well they played that, the preparation that they had to take that Finn and the Scarf composition that they just ran, definitely still sticking with Media Pixel here.
All right, so into it here. Arden once more. He's going to be out, so unfortunately, just the superstar is taking a break. And Blackhawk, again, they're not actually going to get the first pick this round. Is this the Adagio ban that they need to get, or is this going to be something of a different, more feared comp that they're now going to work against here, Rum?
Coming on that side, I would actually ban the Adagio this time. Like, it would be really smart, especially when they don't have that first pick. But coming to this, like, they're going to have to decide, like, what kind of composition that are they going to run? Like last game, we noticed they had a very strong early game composition that they didn't really work out too well for them. There was a lot of countering, jungling from both sides. Every time Rona was on the other side, Koshka was counter jungling on them. So,
I think that's the correct ban. Like, banning the Finn, it prevents the stock composition, it prevents the compositions that they just ran, and taking out the Finn is actually incredibly important for Blackhawk. But
this will allow the Adagio to go through, and that was kind of the identified keystone to a lot of the comps here for Media Pixel.
However, Media Pixel will have to take Adagio first, and that will allow Blackhawk to take the heroes away from their first day's composition.
And there you go, Zegan on point. So, Rome, you said, that early game, they didn't get anything to happen. If we go for a Koshka here, do you think we're going to see a bit more aggression, or is Blackhawk just going to kind of take it a bit easier here in game 2?
Blackhawk's going to have to come with this with a plan, because I'm sure with Adagio, they're going to need somebody to set up stuns. But picking and banning, picking Catherine first isn't such a great idea. Instead, they should centralize on Rona, Koshka, Fortress, or somebody that's going to be able to make that difference mid to late game. But with Media Pixel coming up next, so they have that option to pick too now. Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to be running another Kroll? Are they going to be running another Koshka? It depends on how they want to take advantage of this. Like, with Fortress on Blackhawk's team, they do have that small early game advantage in terms of damage output, but they have an Adagio themselves, which can actually put out a lot of damage if they were playing him as a roamer instead of as a laner.
Do we need to meet mobility with mobility? I mean, Koshka is definitely a name that keeps coming up again and again. She has been a lot of picked, not really a lot of banned, actually, which is very different than NA. There's the Crow you were looking for, and, well, I mean, he has the heroic perk. I think Catherine, good babysit for this. Will this actually defeat some of that earlier aggression?
Yeah, definitely. But they will have to play very passive with this, because I'm assuming with this composition, Adagio is going to be playing a lot of the laner. And with Kroll and Catherine together in the jungle, they do have that sense of vulnerability in the early game. They have to avoid early game fights where they can't do much against a Rona and a Fortress that can just run all in.
And there's a Koshka.
So the Koshka is going to be rolling down, and the Rona is going to be actually coming up now.
So the Koshka Fortress, again, something we have actually seen quite a few times here. It was really great in NA. It's kind of been, I feel, almost 50-50 in success here in Europe. But is this a laning Rona? Is this a jungling Koshka, you think?
It's probably most likely going to be a laning Rona, where we're going to have one team be very aggressive in the early game, and the other team is going to be very passive. And this is what's going to make up how they're going to scale into the mid game.
All right, so Tasty Bacon, you said, Media Pixel, that they're kind of your favorites into this one, but now a Koshka Fortress is on the table.
I mean, they have the Koshka Fortress over there for Blackhawk, but Media Pixel is running one of my personal favorite compositions with the Kroll Catherine jungle, and then honestly anyone in the lane, but Adagio just makes it so much better because it gets rid of that Kroll really weak early game because of the fact that you're not going to be relying purely on the jungle. You're obviously Koshka and Fortress are going to be able to completely destroy that duo in the jungle, but that's not where they're going to be. You clear out that first jungle camps, you just make your first rotation, then immediately go up into the lane. You get that heroic passive, the heroic perk of Kroll, and then you charge in Dead Man's Rush, Merciless Pursuit, and then you add Adagio with Gift of Fire on top of that as soon as they get in. It's an easy, almost guaranteed kill level 1 every single time, and you can do it so many times over and over and over again that you can just get Kroll powered up purely from that lane pressure that you put on.
Well, we'll have to see if we have another Jetpacks-esque kind of play from Kroll because he makes that early game looks good. And as we jump into the game, it will be once more Humanist and Zekin to find out how game number 2 will fare.
Thank you, Forecourt Jester. I am pretty excited for this one once again. We had the Finn ban, which is unexpected, I would say.
I mean, unexpected in the meta, maybe, but playing against Media Pixel, I mean, at this point, when Mowgli's landing 3-man forced accords, he's catching 2, and you know that they can combo it so well with so many different heroes, you have to respect it. and I think it's a good ban.
Most certainly. I definitely think it was the right ban for Blackhawk, and because they feared it so much, because it was so effective, Mowgli just doing so much work on it, I do think this allows a few more compositions open to the side of MediaPixel.
Yeah, you really open up so much when you can play heroes like that, and then the non-standard bans come out like that. So I'm excited to see what happens in Game 2 here. It's a little bit different composition coming out of MediaPixel, but Blackhawk have to be respected on the opposite side, and this is just going to be incredible matches.
Most certainly. So looking at the team compositions, we have some powerful things coming around from both sides. We have the Koshka, we have the Rona, we have the Fortress. So incredibly early game composition coming out from Blackhawk. However, on the other side, MediaPixel with the Adagio, Cruel, and Catherine, they're going to need to play a little bit safe for the early game, and I would like to see how it goes.
Yeah, you have the aggression, you have the late game on the other side. Who can play their composition better? Is someone going to make a mistake? Will someone become a legendary all-star off of their plays? We will see as it all unfolds here.
Most certainly, and on the first day, we did see Kavalafar on that Adagio, an absolute menace in the lane. If he's able to put up another repeat performance of that, I'm thinking MediaPixel will take it once again.
All right, well, we're about to find out as we are into the Halcyon Fold here. Best of luck to both teams as we jump into this one. Everybody making their way out onto the map here, and looks like, as predicted, we will have the Rona Sasiska in lane against the Adagio. Now, we know that Rona can hold her own pretty well against almost anybody, but it feels like this has got to be a pretty annoying lane against an Adagio.
Most certainly. Every single time Rona moves up for a last hit, Kavalafar can just heal the minion and just do a little bit of damage while he's at it. It's going to be fairly difficult for Sasiska to last hit properly, but I think he'll be okay.
Well, these guys surely need to be very careful on the side of MediaPixel when it comes to the early game. We see that Blackhawk have moved down. They've hit the jungle shop and done a little bit of scouting. The scout traps are popped off here. MediaPixel will have to replace those soon. But of course, like you said, you have the team of Blackhawk in the jungle almost immediately.
Yeah, this is incredibly intelligent play coming out from MediaPixel as Fight picks out.
Man, these guys are so cerebral. They knew where the movement was going to come from, and Fortress just gets smashed down as he walks right into the face of MediaPixel.
Yeah, one of the big things right there was MediaPixel reacted exactly the way you should against Blackhawk's rotation. Blackhawk, they walked into MediaPixel's jungle. They're like, okay, come fight us. We're stronger than you at level 1 and level 2. However, MediaPixel was just like, okay, we're just going to rotate in through a lane, mess with your laner, and if you come at us, we have 3 people in this bush.
Yeah, come at me, bro. And MediaPixel has Palmatoro over here. He was stealing off some camps. He's going to go down for his troubles. But you see the almost aggression coming out of the Cruel here in the early game just from his movements, and it's a beautiful thing to watch.
Most certainly. He does have a Blazing Salvo already along with the boot, so he's able to stick to his targets fairly well and apply those weakness stacks very, very effectively. And one of the big things on Palmatoro right now is that he was able to steal those 2 jungle camps away from the side of Blackhawk, and that will give them a fairly large gold lead.
Yeah, and that's not something that you want to be giving away to MediaPixel at this point.
Most certainly not. And one of the interesting things about MediaPixel's team composition is they are running a triple stun composition. Not the standard one that you see with the Celestial and Catherine, but they do have the Adagio versus Judgment, and they have the From Hell's Heart coming out from Cruel. So if anyone does get locked down on Blackhawk, they will go down very quickly.
Yeah, this is going to be a very scary lineup. As the game progresses, these guys have taken a little bit more of a defensive posture on the side of Blackhawk, but maybe just until they get an item or 2, and no, not complete items, but just some partial items, and then move back and get that aggression going once again. We know they can't just sit back and watch this all unfold. Kavalafar eating a bit of damage here in the mid, or in the lane here, as Bastion did move up. Sasiska is happy about that, and it's going to be no harm, no foul. Kavalafar will just heal up and sustain himself in the lane. Gotta be careful as Cold Ice has made the move. Pouncy Fun, Twirly Death not gonna land. Kavalafar, he's having a great time in the lane. Mowgli is here to back up his ally, but it doesn't look like anything will come off the back of that. And that leaves Palmatoro just to sit in this jungle and farm.
And this is so incredibly important for the side of MediaPixel, allowing Palmatoro to get that farm, allowing him to scale into that mid to late game. He is going to be such a menace for the side of Blackhawk. And as for Kavalafar, he is almost ungankable unless Blackhawk, as we have some action.
Well, you see the aggression come out, but what? Koshka jumps onto Mowgli here on this Catherine. Bastion's there as well, but it's just really not taking much damage at all.
Right, and one of the big things about Kavalafar is with that slow from the Gift of Fire, he is very difficult to gank for the triple melee competition of Blackhawk.
Okay, Bolivar eats a bit of damage, but dishing it back at the same time. They're going to force Bastion out as he almost goes down here with that counter aggression.
Most certainly, and right now Blackhawk is in actually a little bit of a tricky situation. They are running that early game composition, and MediaPixel is still outplaying them at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just beautiful rotations coming out of MediaPixel. And they go in, they take that medical camp there and move down to get this double camp at the bottom of the jungle. And with that said, they will be able to even pick up some items here in the shop. Bastion's going to jump forward, but these guys got to be careful, not knowing maybe that K-Volifar was right behind him. Cold Ice is going to go down. Sauciska, he's into the fray there and trying to do some damage, but look, he's getting turned around on so hard. Scout Trap will pop, doing a little bit of damage, but not putting him in threat of death at all. Bastion hanging out in the bushes here. Looks like, yeah, Mowgli was just attempting with a little bit of a recall taunt there, but he will move back.
Right, and right now this is looking a little bit iffy for the side of Blackhawk. Cold Ice, he is going for the Aftershock. I don't actually agree with that pickup right now. I think having a Broken Myth would do better. There's no one particularly tanky on the side of MediaPixel. Sure, Krull is tanky, but it's all barrier. You don't have the health that will allow the Aftershock to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, man, I guess that's one of those tricky situations, right? Because we know K-Volifar can extend fights so long, and they actually enjoy doing it. We'll hold that thought as Bastion does jump onto K-Volifar from behind. Cold Ice is there as well. K-Volifar getting very low. Oh my gosh, Krull's going to turn it around onto the Fortress. K-Volifar living through it. What an ally.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate for Blackhawk. They needed one more basic attack to take K-Volifar down, and he was just not willing to do it. And K-Volifar right now jumped on Sauciska.
These guys, they're all so on point, but just MediaPixel having that slight edge here in Game 1 and now in Game 2 as they have a 3-1 advantage and just over 1K gold lead here as we approach the 6-minute mark of this game.
I'm very interested in seeing what Blackhawk does to counter the team composition of MediaPixel. Because Krull and Adagio both rely fairly heavily on basic attacks to do their damage, if we see a few Atlas Paladins, even though Adagio doesn't do major amounts of weapon damage, the attack speed is really important for him. So if we see maybe triple Atlas Paladins coming out from Blackhawk, they're going to be able to do much better in these fights.
Right, so maybe not a standard thing that you would see, but something that could be picked up and put to great use in this game. I am not jealous of the position that Blackhawk are currently in. And, you know, if you're their captain, if you're making the calls in this game right now, what are you saying to your team to kind of keep them positive as every minute that progresses, you feel like MediaPixel are getting stronger?
The main thing is they are going to have to take out K-Volifar very early on in these fights. Otherwise, Palmatoro will be nigh unkillable as they start the gold mine.
All right, gold mine started up again here. MediaPixel, oh, they're grouped up. The verse is going to come out. Well, that's canceled off, and a Yummy Catnip Frenzy lands onto K-Volifar. That's the target they want. Cold Ice is going to move back. He take the most damage there. Red Mist comes out. They will get the Adagio, looking for more. Sauciska's very low. It's just a bloodbath here, but Blackhawk losing two, and now Bastion on the run. Are they going to pick it up? Yes, they will, and that's the ace for MediaPixel.
7 minutes in, picking up the ace on MediaPixel, that is such an incredible play coming out, especially with the Krull on their side. He doesn't even have that much defense. He has a Blazing Salve, he has a Lucky Strike, and he is still dishing out the damage and not going down.
I feel like the way, you know, when we hear our analysts talk about this draft and this matchup, this is what I would expect to come out of Blackhawk, and MediaPixel would be saying to themselves, we can't allow ourselves to get aced, but they're doing the acing right now.
Right, and this is what I love about MediaPixel's draft. They forced the Fin ban because Mowgli was just doing so much work on it, and with K-Volifar having that Adagio, he is just making it so difficult for Blackhawk to do absolutely anything.
Yeah, well, it's mind games, it's draft games, and it's really a beautiful thing to watch. When we did talk to these guys, they said one of our biggest priorities is being able to pick up this Adagio. We don't care where we play it, but once we have it, it allows us to be so versatile.
Most certainly, and right now, Blackhawk, I think Cold Ice is still working. Yep, he just picked up his Aftershock. Sauciska, not any finished tier 3 items quite yet. He might be going for a Serpent's Mask, or he might be going for a Trial Blade. I'm expecting a Serpent's Mask to come out. He needs to sustain, but Palmatoro already taking that breaking point, and now he has a Dragon's Heart.
Oh my goodness, this is actually very scary for Blackhawk at this point. Turrets will go down here at 8 minutes, 20 seconds into this game, and we now have over a 3K gold lead going the way of MediaPixel eSport.
Yeah, they're doing fantastically right now. Right now, the main thing for Blackhawk, they do have one Atlas Paladin. They're going to need 2 more. They absolutely have to pick those up, otherwise MediaPixel will just run over them.
Well, that's not what you want to happen here in Game 2 when you're already down a game. And the winner of this game will be going to the finals. Right, Zika?
That is correct.
All right, well, this is a very, very big game for both of these teams. It's on the line for Blackhawk. They have to win this, push this into a Game 3 if they want a chance at winning this tournament at all. And, oh man, it becomes a stressful situation. You bring out your best or you start to stress. Oh, with Attack of the Pack coming out, it's just gonna maybe a little bit of a zoning tactic. It's a lot of damage was dished out.
And that is so dangerous right now because Blackhawk, they had 3 members there, and they were still pushed back by just Cavalifar and Mowgli. Cavalifar on that dodge is just doing so much work right now. He has such high sustain. He's able to do so much damage, especially with the alternating current. It's very difficult for Blackhawk to even get onto him.
Look at that trade coming out. So Siska can barely hang out anywhere near Cavalifar. Cavalifar forward. Bastion is there from Hell's Heart, and he lands it. Siska is going to go down, but the Yummy Catnip Frenzy back out onto Cavalifar. Better get out of there. The verse is not going to land, but it means that Blackhawk are on the run once again as MediaPixel have the advantage. 3 men in the lane here. Well, 2 men and 1 Lady Catherine.
Yeah, that was such a good bait by Cavalifar. He took a little bit of damage. He knew that Blackhawk was trying to rotate into lane to catch him out, but as Palmatoro might be going down. No, he does not. Dodges out the last turret shot. He'll be just fine. Mowgli taking another shot to the face, but MediaPixel backing off, losing nothing.
Yeah, MediaPixel so aggressive with this composition. They're making it work, putting it together. Palmatoro, I mean, that was a really big thing that he didn't go down to the turret there. Gotta be careful as they have moves. So Siska's found them. Cavalifar rotates down from the lane. Palmatoro still alive, but will go down. It's a trade 1-for-1 at this point. Looking for more. Siska locked down, but he doesn't want to fight next to that gold mine, and so he will wiggle his way out of that one.
Yeah, so Siska can't really do anything here right here. Cavalifar is easily going to be able to recall, and so Siska is sticking around. Cavalifar, just go recall. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Come on, do it. Come on.
Hey, maybe they can bait it out and get a kill here. Do some mind games with Siska.
Okay, this is just a little bit silly. Siska runs over a scout trap as Cavalifar is almost certainly going to recall now. But that does allow Siska to take a few of these jungle back camps.
Yeah, well, Siska is met with force from Palmatoro. We'll see the breaking point stacks starting to go up. And oh, man, the damage from Hell's Heart. And Cruel is a monster.
Yeah, right now Palmatoro is 6, 2, and 3. He has a Shiver Steel. He has a breaking point. He is doing so much damage in these fights. And with Cavalifar healing him with that Gift of Fire and Mowgli with the Fountain, his sustain in these fights is absolutely immense.
This is insane. I mean, I feel like I'm watching a late game of Cruel here.
Yeah, it's 11 minutes in. Late game enough, right?
Late game enough.
Yeah, so Bastion does have the Paladins of Siska and Colice. You guys really need to pick one up. However, they also have to worry about Cavalifar at this point. Cavalifar is doing so much damage with those basic attacks, with that Agent of Wrath on top of his alternating current. He is just dishing out the pain. Even if Palmatoro is not there, Cavalifar can single-handedly carry these fights.
Yeah, it's actually devastating at this point. 9-3 advantage going the way of MediaPixel as we're at 12 minutes into this match. There's a significant gold advantage as well. And I'm fearful for the team of Blackhawk at this point.
So certainly you see the minion cannons coming out from Mowgli once again. So really trying to push that advantage that they do have. They are easily just walking into Blackhawk's jungle.
Oh, the stun lands onto Bastion. Palmatoro's there behind him. They will eat some turret shots. The silence comes out of the Catherine Attack of the Pack. This is a little bit of a counter aggression. Push them away from this turret and off of themselves. But these guys are going to have to be careful. A recall will come out of Bastion. He's going to get back to base. If these guys saw that maybe they take the chance to go ahead and make a dive, maybe they just hold back. They do have the advantage and really don't have to do anything crazy.
Yeah, however, Palmatoro does start this mini mine, so it looks like MediaPixel, they have decided that it is time to start pushing. They really want to take these turrets down, and oh, they are getting jumped on.
Oh, Yummy Catnip Frenzy on a Cavalifar. They're looking to lock him down. This could be the fight that they're looking for, and they're going to get it. So they smell blood, they see the opportunity, and don't hesitate. I like that play, and they're going to have to keep it up. Well, from Hell's Heart goes out.
It does hit.
It hits. A nice movement. Look at these pros. Cruel's going to get the kill onto Koshka. Sasika's going to be forced into the jungle. He's going to have to make some nice plays to get away here into the fray over the wall. And now we'll have to move. Squirts his way down towards the bottom side of the jungle and looks to recall, and he will make it out with that nice little play there. But once again, you see that they just can't really fist fight against this team.
No, they cannot. And that was such an incredible play coming out from Palmatoro. He knew he wanted the extra duration on that stun, so he threw it from Hell's Heart backwards, and he knew that he was going to be able to make it land. It was just so perfectly played from him.
it's really a beautiful thing to watch. It's not how you expect that stun to be landed most of the time, but when it is done, it's done to great effect.
Yeah, in the meantime, looks like Bastion did actually go down. I'm not actually sure what happened right there, but in that fight, the main thing was Kavafar, he did fail a reflex block that Yummy Cat Frenzy for the first time, and he did go down incredibly quickly. If Blackhawk is able to do that once again, and if they don't get killed by Kroll, I think they can still win these fights.
All right, well, Bastion will respawn and move back out onto the fold, but it might be too late as Sasiska is smashed down. Volafar getting the kill. Turret will fall as well. We have 18 seconds before we'll have Rona back out on the map. Can they get more? Bastion stunned up. They're locked onto him. Kroll doesn't care. He's moving deep under turret. Cold Ice might be next to fall. Are they going to get the ace off the back of this? This could be very devastating. Cold Ice will be able to squirt his way out of there. But with that said, now the aggression turns to the turret. Things are very dire for the team of Blackhawk. Remember, they did not win game 1. If they lose this, they will be dropping to our 3rd place match later today. Oh man, you better cross your fingers and pray to your lucky stars if you are a Blackhawk fan at this point.
Right, and right now MegaPixel, they have the late game comp. They won the early game. This is the late game. This is so dangerous for the side of Blackhawk. I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do. We do have the breaking point being picked up on Sasiska. If they get a few more Alice Pauldrons, if they're able to get some damage and some breaking point stacks onto Sasiska before Palmatori even joins the fight, they do have a chance. But Palmatori picks up an Alice Pauldron of his own. This is going to be so hard for them.
Oh my goodness, this is so scary of a position to be in right now, and with Kraken on the map, you know, I mean, these guys, it's so hard. If they've tried to take a 3v3 engagement, they're often losing it, and now if a Kraken comes out as well, it can just be, it might just be too much for them.
Right, and one of the big things for our side of Blackhawk is that their only speed is to go forward. They have the Warhorn. They should not be running back. They should not be running back in fights. They need to take down every single member of MegaPixel, or else they will just use the Gift of Fire, regenerate. They have the Fountain, they have Kroll's innate sustain, and right now they're starting the Kraken.
Yeah, well, Blackhawk, they are on a train on the tracks, and they cannot slow down. Like you said, they have to keep moving forward. But the scary thing is that there's a bigger and stronger train coming straight at their face. Attack of the Pack's going to come out. Here's the big fight that may be deciding this game. Bastion's low. Sasiska as well. Cold Ice will go down. Bastion's still alive. Sasiska, he's living through that. A little bit of life steal into the fray will buy him a little bit of time. He moves deeper into the jungle. But these guys are going to have to recall out even if they do make it. And that means the Kraken will be captured by MediaPixel eSport. You got Kraken, you have all your allies alive, and these guys, they might infuse up. It looks like maybe a little bit of infusion happening, and then move down lane and look to end this game.
Yeah, and look at Blackhawk's base. They do have minions in it already, and right now, with only one member alive, Cold Ice is coming up, but this is going to be such a dire situation for Blackhawk. I don't know if they're going to be able to take down this Kraken in time. Rona will be respawning, so Siska's coming up in 7 seconds, but it just might not be enough.
It's such a desperate situation to be in on the side of Blackhawk. Cold Ice eating so much damage, will be forced back to Fountain, only to heal up, which will take a little bit of time. And Sasiska, you can't really man mode there by yourself. Meanwhile, Kraken has slowly lumbered his way down the lane and into base. We have scout traps there in a defensive position as well. I mean, this is such a nice play because he will just retreat into those if needed. But at this point, they can just man mode, protect the Kraken, and this game will be theirs. This is absolutely beautiful play coming out of MediaPixel eSport to take this series 2-0 and head into the finals. Congratulations to them, and Blackhawk, you know, we'll see what